Well, hey, I guess I didn't record my audio here, so let me give you a quick introduction here. So, welcome to our live stream. You are attending, you're watching this tonight because you're going to watch our STMA live account, and you're going to hopefully see some really awesome wrestling coming up here in about a half an hour. I thought it'd be fun to first start with an interview with Coach Jesse Hackenmuller, who's been coaching in our program for a long time and is a former alum. He graduated in 2001, and I had a chance to interview him a couple weeks ago. And the interview questions are pretty similar to the ones I've asked of the other people that I've interviewed for our program, but it'll be fun to kind of hear a different perspective in Jesse. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play that live here. I have the video up already, so here we go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Eller, and I am one of the JV coaches for the STMA wrestling program at STMA High School. And I am fortunate enough to be here to interview a good friend, colleague, and also coach, Jesse Hackenmuller. So, Jesse, let's have you introduce yourself here and tell us a little bit about your high school wrestling career here.
Like Matt said, I'm Jesse Hackenmuller. This year, I'm coaching at times here within our program. I'm just a volunteer position, a little more freedom to come and go this year, which has been nice. All right, but still like to stay in the room and be able to hang out with Coach Eller and Coach Dorm and the rest of the guys and work with the athletes at times when I'm able to. But going back to my high school career, so I graduated from St. Michael in 2001. I started wrestling about as young as I can remember, probably kindergarten, first grade. Had two older brothers, so they both wrestled. So I was obviously, in the room quite a bit, just either they were practicing or I was in the gym watching them compete in tournaments and traveling around with dad and watching them wrestle. So kind of been around it, just not only with them, but then also with my uncles and my dad. All right, yeah. My dad actually was on the very first wrestling team that St. Michael High School had ever had. Graduated in 1969, and that was the year in which St. Michael had a high school and started the wrestling program. He was actually a captain on that very first wrestling team of the 1968-1969 season. So he started there, and then the rest of his younger brothers continued to wrestle. Uncle Paul Hackenmuller is actually the first state placer in St. Michaelville wrestling program history. He placed in state. So he is up on the wall. So kind of my uncles all wrestled, my cousins all wrestled, my brothers wrestled, and that's kind of just how I got into it, and then continued to wrestle all the way from elementary through middle school and through high school until I graduated in 2001.
Nice. That's awesome, because my first question was going to be, what got you into wrestling? And you gave us the story, and that's awesome. And so much of it through the different interviews I've done and just being in this community just for a little bit of time, it's just so much of it is family, right? Whether you have a history of family members competing currently or in the past, or you just feel like you belong to the STMA wrestling family. So much of it comes down to that. So that's awesome to hear that was part of your upbringing and experience and allowed you to be involved in the sport. So I guess the next question I had for you is, what do you enjoy most about the sport of wrestling? This can be from hopefully more of the, you as a competitor perspective.
What I enjoy, and probably what I did enjoy the most in wrestling, winning a match in wrestling, I thought had no comparison to a victory or winning in any other sport, to be honest with you. So I played baseball and I played football also all the way through high school. But winning in wrestling was probably the greatest feeling that you can get when it comes to any type of victory in any type of sports setting. Just simply because it's just such an accomplishment, right? It's all of, that you were the main one who contributed. There's really not a whole lot that anybody else can do to help you. So that feeling was fantastic. Really, really fun. Now that I'm getting older, I just kind of I like the workout. All right. Maybe when I was younger, I kind of disliked the workout maybe a little bit more as you're going to practice there, getting beat up on over and over again. But I like the workout now, but I say that feeling was fantastic. And the sense of accomplishment that you get from wrestling, from just simply making it through a practice or making it through a tournament or making it through some of those tough matches that you may have had wrestling against tough opponents, overcoming some of the obstacles, such as what they ask you to do in practice, such as, all the cutting weight, all the discipline that went into that, and being able to meet those goals and meet those expectations that were set by you and set by the team. And that's really fun too, as you kind of look back and see what it was. Not as much fun maybe in the moment, it's harder to focus on that, and then just the bond. Another fun thing too, I had a very large graduating class. I believe there's about 13 of us, I want to say, that we graduated together, and that was really fun. We kind of came up through the program together. We wrestled all together throughout all the years, and it was just a large class that graduated together, and that was and friends of mine that I still stay in close contact with today. So a lot of benefits.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So when you look back, and you kind of alluded to this already, but if you could pinpoint one specific challenge that you had to overcome while wrestling, what was it? What was kind of the most challenging thing you had to overcome as a wrestler?
Probably myself, in regards to my overall mental state, my mentality. So I put a lot of pressure on myself as it came through, knowing that, I'd see Uncle Paul's name up on the board and Uncle Ronnie up on the wall, and see those guys. My dad wrestled, my brothers wrestled, my brothers had success. I put a lot of pressure on myself, to be honest with you. I didn't handle losing really well as a young kid in elementary, and really even in college, and as an adult, I don't really like losing even to this day. But I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform well, just based on who had wrestled before me with my siblings and my family members. And me getting inside my own head was probably the biggest obstacle that I had, and not being able to just kind of go out there and enjoy it, like we continually preach here in practice and in our program, to enjoy it, be grateful for the opportunity, and just enjoy the process. I didn't. I kind of ruined myself a little bit in that area. That was the biggest challenge for me. I actually did not wrestle for a portion of my high school career, unfortunately. I got hurt my sophomore year, and then my junior year got hurt again, and chose not to return to the mat my junior year. And then I actually chose not to come out at the beginning of my senior year. And I did come out halfway through my senior year. Thought about quitting again until Coach Greeno and Coach LaFave more or less said, "You're sticking this through, because this is something that you will look back on and you will regret the rest of your life if you quit now and don't finish your senior year." And they were 100% correct. So because of them, I was able to finish my high school career, but I still look back and regret not wrestling for about a year there, in which I did have a chance to come back. So I wasn't in a very good mindset. Wasn't that tough. I'll be honest with you. I was soft, and I kind of beat myself up, and I wasn't very tough mentally. And I'm afraid to think of where I would be in regards to overall mental toughness and overall mental state if I had not competed in wrestling, considering how much it had done for me.
Yeah.
So my biggest obstacles, myself, being in my own head and not enjoying the moment and enjoying the process as much as I should have.
Nice. That's a lot of really good reflecting, and I'm sure you've done so over the handful of years since then. So it's awesome. That's a great answer.
Nice. I'm reminded of it every time I go to wrestling practice every season, how I should have.
Yep. Me too. Let's go to the next one. And some of the questions I have, you're touching on your answers here, which is awesome. And so if some of the questions all of a sudden kind of feel repetitive, that's okay. We can skip a couple. But anyway, the next one I have here, what parts of your wrestling career at STMA have translated well into what you do for a career?
Work ethic. It teaches you how to work, teaches discipline, teaches you how, when you commit to something and accomplish those goals and accomplish a task, how rewarding it is. It really how to stick to something too. I'm very honest with all the athletes that I coach. So I coach baseball also. And I'm completely straightforward up front with the baseball players, and they'll ask me, "What do you like better, wrestling or baseball?" And I tell them, I love baseball. I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. But I tell them, wrestling, though, I'm well aware that wrestling did more for me than any sport that I ever competed in or participated in. The work ethic that you need in order to make it through a season, and the discipline that you need, the mindset, all right, the mental toughness, the ability to prepare for not only practices, but cutting weight for tournaments, for individual matches, for duels, state tournaments, things such as that. I'm pretty straightforward with them though, and tell them that wrestling benefits you more than any sport there is out there. And I tell them baseball is my favorite sport. I love it, but I'm not blind to what the sport of wrestling does for every individual who participates in it and gives it everything that they have. So
cool. That's a great answer, Hack. How about this one? Since we went down the pipeline of what we wish we would have done better, what are you most proud of when you look back at your Stma wrestling experience?
Most proud of is probably I guess I would say probably leading up to the beginning of my high school career, I was really proud. Being a varsity starter since the 9th grade, I was really proud of that. And looking back, I thought that's probably one of my bigger athletic accomplishments in regards to being a varsity starter my freshman year and sophomore year, and then being able to earn a varsity spot when I returned my senior year. All right. I was always competing against guys that are really tough, competing against guys like Nate LaFave and being able to, the coach's kid, right? Being able to compete with him at his level, I was really proud of, simply because, he had been around wrestling, obviously, with Coach LaFave around his dad all the time. And so just being able to compete at that level on my own early in my high school career is probably one of my biggest accomplishments. The biggest one, though, is obviously going to be my senior year when I had to beat out another challenger for a varsity spot my senior year to actually end my senior season on varsity. And the guy who I had to beat was Chaz Betts. Lucky for me, when I was a senior, Chaz was only a freshman. And so, and lucky for me also, I had 2 older brothers who gave me a little bit of insight. They're like, all right, if you tie up with Chaz, he's going to throw you and probably pin you. So stay low. So there was several low singles taken in that match. I stayed as low as possible, just kind of stayed safe, managed to beat him because he was young and I was older. And that is probably my biggest accomplishment after everything now.
Yeah. And after, everything you had gone through with an injury and that mental toughness, trying to get in a mentally right place to come back and finish things out the right way. And also knowing how successful Chaz went on to be. I mean, he's obviously a very tough wrestler. So yeah, that's awesome. That's a good story. And hopefully you hold that over him as much as you can. Right?
Yes,
I certainly would, right? Awesome. Okay, kind of a little off the topic a little bit here. Do you have a favorite sports hero? And I guess growing up, who did you look up to as far as a role model, maybe a professional athlete, maybe a coach, maybe an educator? It can kind of be anybody, but who, I guess, first of all, do you have a favorite sports hero? And second of all, who did you look up to growing up in the sport here?
Oh, it's a great question. It's my sports hero, probably my favorite baseball player come through is probably going to be Kenny Lofton because he was smaller and he was fast. And I thought, well, if he's small and fast and can have success, well, then I can have success too because I'm small and fast. But he was kind of a sports guy. To be honest, when I was coming through high school, university, so he was my favorite. David Ortiz. In regards to wrestling specific, it's gonna be my family members. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. My brothers, I thought, were the greatest thing in the world. Right, they're 4 and 5 years older than me, and just going and watching them was just awesome. I never missed a match. Me and a friend of mine, that we both had older brothers that were about the same age. So, good friend of mine, Randy Damer, actually, who also wrestled through a program. Him and I would be at every tournament, at every match, watching our older brothers. It was great. We absolutely loved it. Outside wrestling, probably my family, my parents and my grandparents. Growing up on a farm, being able to see how people work and actually work, right, and seeing the work ethic of my grandparents, both sets of them on farms, and seeing the work ethic of my parents and my dad farming was a big role model for me. And now looking back, even when I maybe didn't want to work on the farm, which was often having to work benefited me and pretty much helped me. It helps me in every daily activity that I do when it comes to my career that I'm currently in. And so yeah, those are some sports heroes I kind of looked up to. I thought were really fun, and then kind of some wrestling specific people I looked up to too.
That's awesome. So Kenny Lofton, was he a Cleveland outfielder?
Yeah, Cleveland Indians, little center fielder, leadoff guy. He was fantastic, fast little guy. Yeah, he was fun.
Yep, I remember. We're close in age, relatively close in age. I remember watching some of those Twins Cleveland series games, and he being a key figure for them.
That's a big compliment. Did you just say that you and I, Coach Elder, are close in age? God, this is great. Now that we get you on camera, you treat me so well when it comes to my age. I think this is good.
It's so nice that I can edit stuff, like it's no, it's good. Yeah, that's so fun. Okay, so let's see here, Hack. I have a couple more, and a couple that you kind of already answered, so I won't have quite as many questions for you here, but I like this question a lot. So we know that there's this balance of wrestling being an individual sport, but also being a team sport. And so what we all know is we can see those individual accolades, whatever they may be in wrestling, right? Whether they be mental toughness, whether they manifest in state championships, just, overall improvement in life and that kind of thing. We all can measure those. But what I'm wondering about here is, being a part of a team here. And what did you learn about teamwork from being on some of the teams that you were on?
Wrestling, I really enjoyed the team aspect. I think a lot of the guys that wrestled really enjoyed the team aspect. Even with all the graduating seniors we had when I graduated in 01, I think only one went actually on to wrestle college. Nate Lefebvre went and wrestled at St. John's, and I think he was the only one to actually go on and wrestle at the next level. So I think that kind of showed a little bit of how we kind of just liked not only wrestling, I think we liked being together, and we liked the team aspect. What that taught me is kind of how I think it helps with roles, and it helps with everybody is contributing, even though you're out there individually on the mat by yourself. Everybody throughout a duel has a specific role and a specific goal, right? And not everybody's going to have the same goal as, hey, you go out and win, right? Or go out and get 6. That's probably not going to be the goal or a realistic goal for everybody when it comes to a full team effort. For some guys, it might be, hey, with their matchup, yeah, go out and get 6. That's your expectation, and that's what your goal is. For some guys, it's, hey, keep this match close. Or some guys, it's, hey, don't get majored, stay off your back. And knowing how that switches from duel to duel and switches from matchup to matchup, and being able to embrace that role or what's expected of you, and embrace that sacrifice that you're going to have to make. Sometimes when you're fluctuating between weight classes too, hey, this is where we need you for maybe this matchup, this is where we need you for this team, which we did a little bit more of maybe, taught me how everybody has an important part, even though it might not be the same part. Everybody has an important part to be able to contribute to the overall success of the team. And I thought that was just excellent. That was really, really fun, because it was kind of a little bit easier maybe to see during football, right? Different responsibilities, or maybe during baseball, different responsibilities, different positions, but be able to see that same dynamic and that same team aspect in wrestling, I thought was great. And really the team aspect really came into factor too when you're conditioning and when you're in practices and you're doing early morning runs and things like that. When you're cutting weight, when you're getting extra workouts in, and you got a few teammates with you, that was a really, really big team portion of it that you really don't get, to be honest with you, in a whole lot of other sports. The sacrifice that you're putting in, and you got a couple guys there that are doing the same thing and pushing each other through those times and creating that bond, which I really, really enjoyed.
Nice. And then kind of on that same token, but just kind of on the other side of the coin here, how did your team make you a better wrestler?
I think because you are able to me, from what I've seen with wrestlers, maybe in the past, I feel like you can almost get more out of yourself when you have the team backing you. For me, I pushed myself probably pretty hard. I probably expected more out of myself than anybody else. It's probably why I kind of was really hard on myself and maybe put too much pressure on myself, probably because of that mindset. I was really, really hard on myself in all athletic settings. But I think for not only me, but especially maybe a lot of other athletes too, where, pretty self-motivated, but also now you got 12, 13 other guys on the bench, have your back, knowing that you're out there competing for them and on their behalf and competing for the overall success of the team. I think that brings out a little bit more out of you. I think it brings a little bit more effort out of you. I think it brings a little bit more focus out of you. Maybe a little bit more endurance toward the end of the match brings that out of you. I think it just brings a little bit more out of you and allows you to perform at even a higher level than maybe what you think you're capable of doing when you have your team behind you and they're relying on you and rooting for you.
Great. Yeah, that's an awesome answer. And those two questions really enter into the same dynamic, but just really both sides of that dynamic. And it's a little iron sharpens iron in that way, right? Where the individual and team dynamic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last question for you. What is one piece of advice you would give to anyone starting their wrestling career to help them be a successful wrestler?
Stick with it. I mean, I've lost track how many conversations I've had with high schoolers and middle school athletes and wrestlers throughout the year, throughout the years that I've been coaching. Simply stick with it. All right. So for some kids, it's going to be a time commitment, right? Or some kids, it's going to be maybe a strength component, right? Getting stronger. And maybe that's why they're maybe not having as much success or it's been tough on them. For some kids, it's brand new and maybe it's a technique thing, right? Where they just need to get more mat time and need to improve their technique. Some kids, it's maybe confidence thing, right? They need to improve their overall confidence or to stay with it. So every wrestler is going to have these different things that might be a holdup for them, or maybe a reason for them to maybe not continue with wrestling, or why they're not having as much success as they want. No matter what the reason is, if you can simply get the message through these kids to just simply fight through any obstacle that they may have or any reason they might be doubting themselves or questioning why they want to continue to wrestle, stick with it. I have never, in your same way, Coach Aller, we have never had a former wrestler come back to us and say, you know what? I really regret wrestling. Oh my goodness. I would not have stuck with it. No one's ever said it. All right. But you and I have lost track of how many wrestlers who have come to us their junior or senior year or when they're out of high school and they're like, oh, I should have stayed with wrestling. I mean, I wrestled my 9th grade year and I had fun. And then I don't know, I just didn't go out my 10th grade year. I wrestled my 9th and 10th grade, or maybe I came out 10th grade and then they didn't come back out their junior year. And every single one of them, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances, they all come back and say, I regret quitting and I regret not coming out to wrestle. And so I'm able to talk to them a little bit about that simply because I did quit, like I said, when I was in high school, and that was a poor decision on my part. And I can kind of explain that to them, how poor of a decision that may be, because you're going to regret it, which I still do. Talking to them about that, but boy, just stick with it. You will never, ever regret that. And then maybe being able to work on what specific aspect maybe they need some help in or need some assistance in, or maybe what the one thing that's kind of putting something in their mind that maybe they should not continue with this. So.
Oh, great advice, a great answer, and spoken from a place of experience, which I think really connects with a lot of people. So, well, thanks a lot, Hack. I really appreciate it. It was so fun, like hearing about your experience and picking your brain a little bit here about your time in our program and just some things that you've taken out of the sport. Really appreciate you doing the interview. It's a lot of fun, like I mentioned, for me. So, again, Jesse Hackenmuller, 2001 grad, current volunteer coach here, and also obviously coaching other activities at our high school. So thanks again, Hack, for joining us as an alum from 2001, and we appreciate the interview here.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
All right, we should be live here. So welcome everybody to Section 5 AA Wrestling action tonight, where we're going to start off with the number 4 and 5 seeds in the section, Osseo Orioles, and the 5th seed, Robbinsdale Armstrong Falcons. My name is Joe LaRose. I'll be broadcasting the action tonight for you. Should be some good action tonight. Osseo and Armstrong will start us off. Then the winner will take on the number 1 seed, Stma Knights. So we'll start off right away with a forfeit for Osseo, so they'll take a quick 6-0 lead. And then a double forfeit at 113. Quick 2 for Osseo there. So strong ride for Osseo to start here. Forward pressure, we're about halfway through the first period. Team score is 6-0. 2-0 Osseo leads in this 120-pound match. Nice strong ride for True. We're going to have a stoppage with headgear. Alex True, freshman, 6-9 on the year for Osseo. Eli Hatteen for Armstrong, sophomore, comes in at 5-11. About 40 seconds left in the period. Eli will get the escape. Hatteen to his feet. 2-1 lead for Osseo, which might be a good thing for the Orioles, because that was a pretty quick takedown for True to start off the period. But nope, maybe not. We got Hatteen in. Good hip action from True there to stuff the shot. Let's see if he can score off. Nope. 15 seconds left in the period. 2-1 lead for Alex True of Osseo. 3 seconds. Let's see if we can get a quick go behind from True here. Looking to finish. No. Time will run out. We are going to get the 2. The refs confer, and they'll award 2 to True there, right at the end of the period. 4-1 lead for True. Hatteen will start down to start the second. True will start with a deep waist that the ref didn't see. But that is that's not legal. Have to have the hand placed around the belly button as opposed to on his rib cage, which is where True had that. Good movement for Hatteen, but he finds himself getting chin dropped, but no back points. Minute 20 left in period number 2. 4-1 lead for True still. There's the escape for Hatine. 4-2, one takedown match. Hatine needs to try to elevate that ankle. Could keep that ankle. No, it's takedown for True. 6-2 lead, Alex True. 50 seconds left in period 2. Under 20 pounds. 6-0 team score after a forfeit for Osseo at 106 and a double forfeit at 113. If anybody from Osseo is listening, we might have to explain that double forfeit at 13 because on the program they have Gavin Jackson listed at 106, who very well could have stepped out of 113 and just took 6 free team points if Armstrong didn't have anybody. Which on their program they do, but maybe Amelia Henderson's not here. 5 seconds left in the period. True still leads 6-2. So True will go down to start period number 3. He's up by 4. Let's see if he can widen that lead. Let's see what Eli has on top here. Not much. So now we got a 7-2 lead. 6-9 record for True coming in, according to my program in front of me. Stalemate, we're neutral. Nice takedown for True there. Had his head in the hole. He has the inside cradle locked up, looking for a fall. True looking to finish here. He has a minute 15 left to do so. He's going to try to step both legs behind the right leg of Hatine there and walk right around the head to try to cinch up his inside cradle. Looks like he's going to do it. Although he didn't need... True wants to get his left... There you go. He wants to get his left leg out from behind. Yeah, he needs to walk both legs around the head if he's going to get this fall. But Hatine's trying to block that front knee, making it a little tougher on True to finish. He's got a 9-2 lead here. I don't even think True's gotten any... no, he has 2 near fall awarded. So the ref's holding 2. There you go. Now run both feet around the head. There he goes. Oh, Dean's trying to block there. Eli Hatine nearly eating his right knee right now, but proving flexible and tough to pin. Ref will call stalemate as there was no progress in the action there. But that sequence does put True up 11-2. Right now has him in major decision territory. And as this period and match comes to an end, Alex True is going to get the victory. 11-2 winner for Osseo. 10-0 lead as we come to 126. Osseo will have senior Connor Spanier. He's 12-9 on the year. Armstrong with Devin Ankeny, 12-10 on the year, also a senior. So similar records, similar grades. Let's see if we can get a good match here. Minute 20 left in period number 1. Couple underhooks there for Ankeny. Let's see if he can use them. Connor trying to find his way off the mat for a fresh start. And he will find his way off. He'll get warned for stalling though. Good call. Good call by Rachel on that one. Ankeny attacking again. .45 seconds left. Couple underhooks again for Ankeny. Again, Spanier trying to walk his way off the mat. Oh, there we go. So Ankeny double unders. He's able to throw the hip toss there. Devin Ankeny working for the fall. He has 30 seconds left to do so. So a low Greco sequence there for Ankeny, excuse me, gets him the 5-0 lead. Ankeny has to try to return Spanier here. He's going to get called. That's a clasp. So maybe Ankeny was sensing the potential reversal there, so he just stops the action by clasping and gives up 1 instead of 2. A thinking man's wrestler right there. That's what we're going with anyway. But there's 5 seconds left in period 1. 5-1 lead for Ankeny. End of the first. Ankeny defers to Spanier, who will go down. 10-0 team score lead for Osseo. 5-1 lead in the bout for Armstrong, for Ankeny. They're off. Let's see what he can do on top here. Now, pretty basic ride. Nothing that's able to turn Spanier so far. He's not able to return Spanier. He's going to get a stall warning soon if he can't figure out a way. And now Spanier with a potential point-scoring opportunity here. Ankeny recovers. They're off. Are we going to award an escape? Referees confirmed. We got 1 loss of control. So it's a 5-2 lead now for Ankeny after the escape for Spanier there. Underhooks again for Ankeny. He's walking Spanier all over the mat here. Let's see if he uses this with 45 seconds left. He has to be careful there. Well, we know what Ankeny's go-to move is. Spanier drops onto a leg. See if he can finish on the mat. It's going to be tough for Spanier to finish on the mat here. Got 25 seconds left. Ankeny trying to extend Spanier. Now Ankeny could figure out a way to finish on the mat, but nope, Spanier saw some potential danger there, circled out. Good wrestling by both wrestlers there. 20 seconds left in period 2. 20 seconds left for neutral. Big opportunity for Spanier here to potentially close the gap even more. That's how the second period will end. Ankeny has choice. Let's see if he goes down or neutral. He's not going up top. It's either neutral or down. Now, Devin, this choice makes no sense, buddy. You're up 5-2. He got away from you relatively quickly in the last period. And we got another lock hands. So 5-3, and now I got a 5-4 lead as we get Spanier neutral. Not a big fan of the choice of top there for Spanier. Because now he finds himself down and getting near fall points against him. Spanier with a big comeback here in the third. He's leading 6-5, and the ref is holding either 2 or 3 near fall here. That's 3 more near fall for Spanier, who found himself down 5-0 to start and has rattled off 9 in a row. $50 seconds left in the third. Ankeny has to get moving if he's going to get something going here. $9-6. Well, Ankeny hit 1 5-point move. He's going to need a 4 or a 5 now to win this. Spanier does have a stall warning against him, so another one would be a point. Spanier does a good job of feeding Ankeny some hips there. Head in the hole, has the inside cradle locked up. Spanier is going to lock this one up. So after finding himself down 5-0, Connor Spanier is able to come back and get the 11-6 victory. It'll be a 13-0 lead in the team score for Osseo. Heck of a comeback there for Connor Spanier.
Keep fighting, Connor.
13-0 team scores. We hit 132. Looks like let's see who Armstrong's coming out with here. Peter Hollingshed for Osseo, junior, 8-15 on the year. Armstrong will have Ian Anderson, an 8th grader. 11-6 record on the year. Got an illegal hold on green, so 1 red, and Anderson will take the 1-0 lead early on in the first. Quick shot there from Hollingshed. He has a body lock. Oh, Anderson keeps the whizzer. Good wrestling. Doesn't want to hang that head or Hollingshed's going to grab it. Oh, Anderson, Ian Anderson voluntarily goes to his back there. Hollingshed looking for the fall, and he gets it. So Anderson was fighting that takedown, holding that whizzer in great position for a little bit there, and then just kind of went to his back. Hollingshed will get the fall, 19-0 team score as we go to 138. See who Osseo comes out with here. It'll So we got Lundstrom for Osseo. Junior, ranked 9th in Class AAA. 19-4 record on the year. Sabisky for Armstrong. Sabisky, a freshman, finds himself down 2-0 early, number 9 ranked Lundstrom. Lundstrom has his cradle locked up here. Got a minute 15 left in the first. If he can keep him on the mat, he's going to be looking for the fall here. He's hooking the wrong leg, though. But we will get 2 near fall. Four nothing lead, a little over halfway through the first period for Lundstrom. Nice cross wrist tilt there. Oh, couldn't quite hold it for one more to get that extra near fall point. But the ref is holding 2. Lundstrom leads 4-0 with at least 2 near fall coming here. Lundstrom look for the fall again. And he gets it. John Lundstrom with the fall, a minute 34 seconds into period 1, and that'll bring this team score 25-0, Osseo. See what Armstrong's planning here. All right, 45, Armstrong will have Avery Osef, 8th grader.
For the Orioles, we have number 5. We have Dylan Schultz for Osseo.
For Osseo, we'll have Dylan Schultz. Quickly puts Olsen on his back and is working for the fall. Oh boy, he gets it. 7 seconds into the period. So 7-second fall for Olsen. Or for Schultz, excuse me. I don't know why I said Olsen. So quick fall for Dylan Schultz. 31-0 lead for Osseo. Oof. Wow.
At 152 for the Orioles, we have Dylan Jackson for Armstrong. Brandon Hall.
So the Orioles will have 10th grader Dylan Jackson, 13-10 on the year. Falcons will have Brendan Haas, senior, green 15 on the year, and Jackson will get the quick takedown. Jackson, multiple sport athlete for the Orioles. Off to a quick lead here. Jackson has arm on the back there. There's a couple different pinning combinations he can work from here. This is one of them. If you're an STMA fan, you might remember Mitch McKee doing this to essentially everybody his senior year. We got halfway through the first period here as Jackson works for the fall over Ha. And he gets it. So Dylan Jackson with the fall. Osseo continues to roll as they're up 37-0. Brings us to 160, 37-0 team lead for Osseo. Osseo looks to have senior Thomas Cornell, 13-10 record on the year.
For the Orioles,
2-0 lead for Cornell. Falcons have Amari out there. Amari's not on my program, so I don't even know his last name. Oh. There we go, Amari Easley. If Easley can keep spinning on his head there, he can get, there you go, now work to your feet. Oh. So Easley worked that nicely, he just wasn't quite able to get out the back there. So Easley's been very close to working his way out of there. "15 seconds left in the first. Quick takedown for Osseo, and it's been a Thomas Cornell ride ever since then. End of one. Cornell 2-0 lead. So Cornell 13-10 on the year. He'll defer to Easley. Easley will go down. Well, Cornell's able to hook that ankle, so if Easley's going to go back to his ability to escape there, he's going to need to get that free, which he does. Let's keep going. Oh, got a bar for Cornell here. Easley, great bar defense by Easley. He's able to get the reversal. Did he get two swipes or one there? Ref says none. But a nice reversal there for Easley. Oh, we're going to get some near fall points here, though. I think he got two swipes there. Oh, now another reversal for Cornell. And Cornell's dangerously close to getting the fall here. Halfway through the second, he does get the fall. So 2 minutes, 59 seconds of the match. Cornell will get the fall over Easley. So fun little sequence there in the second, but ultimately Cornell comes out on top. 43-0 lead for Osseo. We'll go to 170. Vincent Toleno, Osseo, 2-0 on the year. He's a junior. I believe this Noah Lindgren, a senior for Armstrong. So, well, Lindgren looked like he might have had an opportunity to come through the middle there, but Osseo will strike first, get the first takedown here. Toleno 2-0 on the year. He'll cut Lindgren here, try to get some work in on his feet. Minute 20 left in the first. It's a 2-1 lead for Toleno of Osseo, and now it's a 4-1 lead. One lead as we're halfway through the first. Toleno looking to lock up a cradle here. Looks like he's got it, and he has half the period to finish it. And he doesn't need that. He needs 3 seconds to finish. Minute and 3 second fall for Toleno. 49-0 lead for Osseo. Osseo is going to continue to come with a little bit of firepower here. Ethan Imbach for Armstrong, junior 3 and 7 on the year. In on a leg on Wayne. Let's see if Imbach can finish this. He wants to keep Wayne on. Keep him on. Oh, not able to keep him on. Aiden Wayne, junior for Osseo, 19 and 4 on the year. No score yet. Imbach in deep on one, but oh, Wayne's in deep on a double there. He's able to finish. Aiden Wayne will take a 2-0 lead for Osseo. It's a junior, good record on the year. Another cradle there for Osseo and another fall. 54 seconds to the first period. Aiden Wayne gets the fall. We have a 55-0 lead for Osseo. Well, guys, the math is telling us right now that Osseo has clinched this duel. So we got 3 weights left here. The math has told us a long time ago that Osseo clinched the duel, but I'm telling you for the first time now. Double forfeit at 95. So 2 more matches. Right for Armstrong, I'd have to think.
Here we go, Jake. Let's go, Jake. You got it.
Sean Wright for Armstrong. He is a senior, 13 and 6 on the year. Meisner, a junior for Osseo, 22 and 1 on the year, ranked number 5 at 195 in today's guillotine rankings. That's a very nice ankle pick. Not 2 yet, though. Some good speed by Wright there. Good speed by Wright to avoid that takedown. Meisner hits that same ankle pick, and Wright again avoids the takedown. Man, Wright looks like a piece of iron here. A fast one, too. Meisner again in on the ankle. Wright can't hold him off that time, though. So Wright with some fun defense here to start, but Meisner's attacks just so far proved too much as we're halfway through the first, and he has a 2-0 lead. Oh, Meisner, dangerous position for Wright here, and he's fights his way off the mat. Good D from Wright there again. So a couple near fall points there. You got 4-0 lead for Meisner. Good movement from Sean Wright to start. And he gets away. The escape. Wright's look good. 28 or number 5 ranked wrestler, 195, Meisner. He leads 4-1 early. Meisner, you can tell, likes to work off that collar tie, off that inside tie.
Go, Jake.
15 seconds left. You got to think Meisner's going to look for another takedown here to close out the period. He's able to get in deep, switches to a double, and he's able to finish. So that's what separates the best from their others. They know how to score at the end of periods. Ooh. And some near fall points for Meisner there. So a tremendous way to end that first period for Meisner as he leads 8-1 after 1.
Up and out, Jake.
Ref with the double whistle there. Caution on Meisner for starting early. Oh, just your typical lat drop from your butt that Meisner hits there. So he's going to get 5 more here for the reversal and 3 near fall, go up 13-1.
Take it, Armstrong. Come on. All right, let's go. Take it up. Come on. Let's go, Sean.
So we're going to see here if Meisner is going to work for a fall or be content with a tech if he's able to get some near fall here. Got a minute 30 left in period 2, so a long time. Be nice to see Wright fight off here and start to mount a little offense, give us some more match here. Because this has been a couple fun kids to watch.
Come on, Sean. Come on.
Oh, Meisner has an inside cradle locked up here. And he has over half the period left to finish. So he can be patient here.
Get it. Come on, Sean. Get up.
And, well, we're going to have a tech or a fall here. Let's see which one it's going to be. And it's going to be a tech. So Meisner with the 16-1 technical fall victory over Wright. Meisner looked good. Wright's a senior. Let's hope we'd see more of him again next year. And here's our last one. So Osseo leads 60-0. They'll have number 2 ranked Jagger Shack coming up. 1 loss on the year, and only loss to Gavin Layton, who's a number 1 ranked heavyweight from Coon Rapids. And nobody for Armstrong to oppose Shack. And that'll end with an Osseo victory, 66-0 over Armstrong. And that is Jagger Shack's 150th win. Very impressive career to amass 150 wins. Okay, so for those of you watching on the stream, the next duel was scheduled to start at 7:30. It's actually going to start at 7, being that we're a little ahead of schedule here. It'll be STMA and the Osseo Orioles. So the number 1 ranked Knights in class or in section 5AA against the number 4 seeded Orioles. Should be fun to watch. We'll be back on the stream soon.
All right, well, hello there. I'm Matt Eller, and I am the JV coach at STMA High School. For our wrestling program here, and
Like Coach Eller said, my name's Carl Luer. I graduated from St. Michael last year.
Jake, I have a sandwich for you.
So for those of you listening on the stream, we're going to get going at 7 o'clock. We're going to have number 1 seed STMA against number 4 seed Osseo Orioles. Osseo barely squeaked by Armstrong in the first duel by a 66-0 score. Looks like they'll be ready to go. Good to see Armstrong with a good squad Good to see Osseo with a good squad this year. They were lean and mean in the guillotine for a while, and notice in today's rankings they're not, but certainly have wrestled a tough schedule and have performed this year. So good to see Osseo back in the mix. Back in the late 90s, they had a heck of a run as a team. Consistent state entrance as a team, placing multiple times. Had the first 4-time state champ in Minnesota State history in Ty Fredericks. McConville, multiple-time state champ. Different McConville doing well. John Mitchell ended up wrestling D2 in college for a powerhouse. So Osseo certainly has the history. So it's good to see them back in a position where the program looks to be doing pretty well this year. They'll take on STMA. Number 1 seed Knights have advanced to the state tournament for, I think it's 22 years in a row. Looking strong again this year, but certainly with some worthy opponents and adversaries in this section. So it should be a fun duel coming at us in about 10 minutes here. So for those of you tuning in, if you missed the first duel, Osseo was victorious over Armstrong, 66-0. We'll be starting at 7 o'clock with STMA and Osseo. The Orioles will come in with 4 ranked wrestlers, all juniors and seniors. They'll have number 9 at 138, John Lundstrom. Number 6 at 145, Dylan Schultz. Jacob Meisner, number 5 at 195. And Jager Shack, number 2 at heavyweight, just picked up his 150th win last duel. So 4 ranked wrestlers for the Orioles. The Knights will come in. Mason Mills ranked number 4 at 106. Caleb Tennis, number 2 at 113. Landon Robidoux, number 2 at 120. Parker Jansen, number 2 at 126. Isaiah Milsna, number 6 at 32. Cole Becker, number 1 at 145. And Jed Wester ranked 6th at 152. So the Knights come at you very hard, very quickly out of the gates. These two squads met one time this year. STMA was victorious. So it should be an exciting duel, some good matchups. Starting at 7. And I'll speak behalf on all the teams here to thank the Armstrong Falcons for coming out tonight. It's been an interesting year with a lot of decisions having to be made by high school coaches and athletes in terms of what they're going to do for team. And you've seen a lot of teams decide not to even compete in their section tournaments as a team, opting to do just individual. So good of the Falcons to come out and battle tonight. So you're not going to hear much from me from the next 5 minutes. Then we'll get going. Welcome everybody. I'm Joe LaRose. Momentarily, we're going to be having the number 1 seeded in Section 5 AA, AAA STMA, and the number 4 seed Osseo Orioles going at it in the section semifinals. So early on, STMA is going to hit us with number 4 ranked Mason Mills at 106. He's actually not going to be going in this duel. Instead, STMA will opt for 8th grader 7-2 Jarrett Watson to start out with. Osseo will also have an 8th grader, looks like Jamison Colseth. Let's see, captains are out. We're getting ready to go. So we should have Colseth and Watson at 106. So for those Knight fans not familiar, Watson, a 8th grader with a 7-2 record on the year. Getting the nod. Always successful throughout his youth career. 2nd place finish in Min USA last year in his age group. Certainly very credentialed and somebody who's going to fit in this lineup. Well, already very well when Mills hasn't wrestled. So always like to have the number 4 ranked guy in the class out there, but Watson certainly a capable fill-in here, so should be good. 2 8th graders, Watson and Colseth. Here we go. So Watson attempts a shot early. Colseth defends. Probably going to get a stalemate here pretty soon if nothing happens. Colseth's able to get the takedown. Watson with the quick escape. See if Watson can finish this one here. He's in short offense position. Watson looking to lock up an inside cradle here. And he does. He has a minute left to finish. We're 1 minute through the period. Watson has Kolseth on his back looking for the fall. He got it. 1:02 of period one. Jarrett Watson with the fall. Well, that's a nice luxury to have.
Caleb Tennis for the Knights receives a forfeit. Again, Caleb Tennis, forfeit.
Orioles nobody to offer up versus Tennis at 113, so STMA quickly up 12-0. Now the Knights will have number 2 ranked 8th grader Landon Robidoux. Robidoux's 27-1 on the year.
For the Orioles, Alexander True, Robidoux and True.
Alex True for Osseo, victorious in his first match, but finds himself down 4 seconds into this one as Robidoux cuts him. Oh, a little dump there for Robidoux. He's able to get some near fall off this too. Landon working for the fall. And he got it. 22 seconds into the period. Robidoux puts STMA up 18-0, and this is what the Knights do to you. Before you blink, they're up 18-0. And it doesn't get any easier with number 2 ranked Jansen coming at you. 24-1 on the year is Parker Jansen. Only loss on the year coming to number 1 ranked Coy Biskins in a close one. Osseo will have Connor Spanier. He's a senior. Quick takedown for Jansen. So we're neutral, 2-1 lead for Jansen. Working an underhook on that left side. Oh, Jansen with the fall. 37 seconds of the first period. 24-0 STMA. STMA will have number 6 ranked Isaiah Milsna. Very solid year for Milsna.
For the Orioles, Peter Hollingshed. For the Knights, 6th ranked senior, Isaiah Milsna.
Osseo will have junior Peter Hollingshed. Milsna in deep. He's going to finish that right in the middle of the mat. Nice takedown for Milsna as he cuts Hollingshed here. And they're off. So Milsna ranked 6th in Class AAA. Seniors had a fantastic year. And we'll get a stoppage for blood time. Milsna's 26-4. Had a very solid year. Only losses coming to wrestlers ranked ahead of him. So quick 24-0 team lead for STMA as we've got 6 points at every weight up through 126. 2-1 lead for Milsna here early on in the first. So you're seeing from Milsna this year is a lot more physical and aggressive attack on his feet. He's always had that dump that you just saw right there. That's always been in the arsenal. But you're seeing him scoring from a variety of ways this year. Tosses a cement mixer in there for good measure, and he's about to get this fall. 46 seconds into period one. It's the fall for Isaiah Milsna. STMA will now have number 1 ranked Cole Becker, ranked 1 at 145. He'll wrestle 138 here against John Lundstrom, junior for Osseo. So Lundstrom's ranked 9 at this weight. Becker ranked number 1 at 145, the weight above. So a couple of ranked wrestlers here. I don't know if Lundstrom's seen a snap like Becker has to offer this year. Nope, see right there? It's like Cole knew I said that.
Go get him, Jane.
Becker looking to finish this takedown on the edge. Let's see if he can do so. See Cole pulling Lundstrom on a little bit. We're 1:27 left in period 1. Good job by Becker pulling Lundstrom back on, giving himself a chance to finish his takedown. Becker has an inside cradle locked up here. He secured the takedown. Now he's going to look for a way to get the fall here if he can get Lundstrom to go. But judging by how Lundstrom was just positioned, he looks to be pretty flexible. Yep, so Becker will just take the 2 there, work for a different tilt. Forty-seven seconds left in the first. 2-0 lead for Cole Becker over Lundstrom. Got a contact issue. Lundstrom's a wrestler, though. He doesn't need both contacts. He's ready to go. Becker working across wrist tilt here. And great job at elevating there by Becker. Nice. Beautiful cross wrist tilt for Cole Becker to get 3 near fall there. And he's leading 5-0. As soon as the ref awards these near fall, which is a different hold here, so I'm wondering why he's still holding the 3. Becker had a tilt before, and now he's working a completely different move, so you think the ref would have already awarded 3, but he hasn't. Either way, we got 10 seconds left in the first as Becker runs this bar. Lundstrom's tough. He's ranked number 9 for a reason. And there we go. So 5-0 lead for Becker early on. Becker will go down. Most likely will get away rather quickly. But we'll see what Lundstrom has to offer on top here. As I said, 2 seconds in. Becker up. So he leads 6-0. Going to look to throw that near leg in. Hasn't been able to secure the 2 yet. Good D from Lundstrom there. Becker, he's secured the 2. So we're 1:10 left in period 2. Becker leads 8-0 over Lundstrom. Cole very good with his tilts. So you could very well see another come in here soon. And they're off. 50 seconds left. 57 seconds left in the period. Becker leads 8-0. Cole Becker. Big next couple weeks for him as he looks to secure his first state title. Lundstrom's up. See, Becker likes that over tie and a hard snap from there. See if Cole can keep him on there. He does. Nice takedown for Becker. 10-1 lead as we have 20 seconds left in the second period.
Stretch out. Stretch out. Get out of it.
So Becker's relentless. Good in all positions. Does not get tired. So you're going to see the same same level of intensity in the last couple seconds that you did in the first few. 10-1 lead for Becker. Lundstrom will go down. Kind of the obvious choice there. .140 left. Lundstrom to his feet, and he's going to escape. It's an 8-point lead for Becker in the third. Beautiful slide by for Becker. He leads 12-2. They're off.
We go, John.
So it's 138 in this section. Certainly a tough weight as you look at Lundstrom, potentially Becker, if that's what he's going to do for individual. We don't know that. And you got Wong from Wayzata. I mean, there's some strong competition there. Rogers has had a pair of 38-pounders that have performed well this year, so it's going to be a nice weight. And Becker, like I said, he keeps attacking. Cole leads 14-3. Let's see how these next 15 or 20 seconds or so play out, because if Cole can get some more points, he could smell blood in the water here and go for the tech. Up 11. .22 seconds left. Becker's been in control throughout over the number 9 ranked Lundstrom. That'll be it. So Cole Becker with a 14-3 win over Lundstrom. STMA will take the 34-0 lead going into 152. STMA will have Jed Wester, 9th grader. Jed, in the latest guillotine rankings today, is ranked number 6. Ooh. So we got Wester ranked 6 at 152. He's a 9th grader against Schultz, ranked 6 at 145. He's a senior. Schultz 26-1 on the year.
Go all the way. Go.
Schultz looking to finish this, and he does. So Dylan Schultz takes the early 2-0 lead, trying to lock up a spladle, can't quite get it, and he gets reversed. So good action so far against two number 6 ranked wrestlers, and it's a 3-2 lead early on for Schultz. Coaching staff wanting Wester to keep those hands moving is absolute must when you get to this level of competition, because if you stay static too long, you know, somebody like Schultz will make you pay.
Look at him, Dylan.
Exciting first minute here. 3-2 lead for Schultz. Wester in deep, looking to finish here. And he does on the edge. 2 points for Jed Wester. 4-3 lead. At this rate, we might have a 15-14 final here. So good movements from Schultz early. Proves tough to ride, and we're 4-4, and we're neutral. A couple of escapes and a takedown for Schultz early, a reversal and a takedown for Wester early.
Come on, Dylan.
Schultz, a senior, Western, ninth grader. So yeah, Section 5 AAA opponents are going to get to see Jed for 3 more years after this year.
Stay with it now. Come on.
10 seconds left in a very exciting first period between Wester and Schultz. End of 1. Good period. Schultz will start down. Wester will cover. See if Jed can get some going on top here. No, he can't right there anyway. Schultz looking to finish just like he finished the first takedown. Jed's on top here. Is that 2? I mean, he's on top. He has a leg in. Ref hasn't called 2 yet, and no points. So interesting exchange there. Could have been an argument for 2 for Wester, but it wasn't. 5-4 lead for Schultz. Wester in deep, looking to run the double here. He does. Oh, he's going to get the takedown in. No back points. Got 1 swipe, but not the second. But somehow we get a full Nelson in there. So the full Nelson brings it to 6-6. My goodness. So Wester's just going to cut Schultz, give it to him right away. Schultz defends that takedown attempt from Wester there. Halfway through an exciting period. Uh-oh. Schultz, ooh. Schultz had Wester in a potential danger there for about 1/4 of a second. See if Wester can finish this here. Right in the center. He has both hands hooked on a leg, and he finishes. Ooh. Have some injury time here. Schultz looked to be in a little bit of pain as he was taken down there. Let's hope he's okay. So Wester last year finished number 5 in Class AAA individual at 120. Puts on a cool 32 pounds over last year. That rate, maybe he'll wrestle 82 next year. I guess we'll see, huh? But very exciting match so far as Wester leads 8-7. Trainer looking at Schultz. Looks like his left knee they're looking at right now. See what the Osseo coaches decide to do here, because you know, Schultz is a senior, ranked in state at 45, has some high ambitions for his individual postseason goals. So we'll have to see if that factors in here, and maybe if he finishes or not. All right, I see some logos popping up on the live stream, so I'll plug Derek Brandt, State Farm Insurance, and J&B in town. Ace Hardware as well. Community Bank for all your local needs. Yeah, looks like Schultz is going to injury default this one. Let's hope he can be healthy going into next week. You hate to see that. That was a very exciting match, and again, we just want to make sure Schultz is healthy and ready to wrestle in sections next week. All right. Moving on to 52, we got Jimmy Heil for STMA. State entrant a couple years ago at 106. Dylan Jackson for Osseo. Jackson won his first match, was able to win by fall. He's a sophomore. Jackson probably feel pretty confident about racing anybody in the gym. I got it from a reliable source that he does run a 4.540. But that may have came into play a little bit there, as he's able to hit a pretty quick go behind. No points yet. No points yet. If he can work up to his base, these are going to be points if he can get behind Heil's arms. Let's see if... So Jackson's nearly there. He has an inside leg in, but he was never quite behind the arms, so the ref didn't award the takedown. Heil comes back with a quick shot. Jackson scrambling. That's going to be 2 for Heil, who has a nasty cradle, and he hooks it up early here. Halfway through the first, and Heil gets the fall. So if you're an opponent of Jimmy Heil, in that cradle is not where you want to find yourself. So Heil with the fall over Jackson. STMA will take the 46-0 team score lead. Knights will have John Milsna at 160. Thomas Cornell for Osseo. Cornell won his first match against Armstrong. Milsna 14-8 on the year for the Knights. He's a senior. Cornell's a senior. Cornell 14-10 according to the program here I'm looking at. So STMA leads 46-0. Milsna attacks the left leg. Cornell's not going to be able to finish here. He has to try to move Milsna a little bit. Yeah, see. Not going to be able to finish position where Milsna was, so both wrestlers get a fresh start here. They're off. Halfway through the first, we're still 0-0. Cornell found himself in deep, wasn't able to finish there. So you've noticed now, a couple times Milsna's bounced when they're neutral is when Cornell's attacked. So when John stands up a little straighter is when Cornell's decided to go. No score yet. Both wrestlers kind of just feeling each other out for the whole period. Neither one has been extremely aggressive. Cornell's taken more shots. 8 seconds left in the period. Looks like it's going to come to an end at a 0-0 score.
After one period, 0-0.
Start of the second, Milsna will go down. Cornell working a little spiral ride there. Milsna's looking to peel and get away. Oh. Milsna's about to get this reversal. John Milsna will take a 2-0 lead. Oh, he has a high half here. Not anymore. So minute 20 left in period 2, 2-0 lead for Milsna. But if Cornell finds himself getting an escape here, he's kind of right back where where he wants to be, only down 1. We're halfway through period 2, 1 minute left in the period. Milsna looked like he had a Turk working there. Wrestler's on the edge. Cornell looking to stay in. Exactly 30 seconds left in period 2. This is what you work on in the wrestling room, those 30-second goes. So this is a situation both teams will work quite often. A 30-second go, one guy up, one guy down. Guy on bottom wants to get away. Good breakdown for Milsna. So Milsna's able to get the breakdown, get wrist control. See if he can work a turn off their wrist. He almost wants to let Cornell come to his base so he can hit a cross wrist tilt here. Yep, that's what he's going for. And Milsna's able to get swipes right at the end of the period. Great job by John Milsna to get some end of period points there. Milsna goes up 5-0, Cornell's choice, and he'll go back down. Caution on Milsna, went a little quick there. Milsna leads 5-0 over Cornell. And Milsna, after getting that reversal in the seconds, looked very strong on top. Cornell want to open up a little bit on bottom there. I don't want to give the ref a reason to call you for stalling. .130 left in the third period. Milsna's been in control ever since getting that reversal in the second. Milsna with the Turk. If he can grab some mat here and get those hips through, he can get some near fall here, but he doesn't got it yet. Oh, there's a swipe. Oh, he's able to get 2 swipes there. 2 more near fall for Milsna coming as there's about 55 seconds left in the period. Nice, he's able to get the full 3 near fall there. Milsna leads 8-0. Things kind of changed in that in this match ever since Milsna got that reversal. 3 more near fall coming for John Milsna as he's going to take an 11-0 lead.
Get out, escape. 10 seconds, get a point. Score.
5 seconds left. Competitive first period. After that, it was all Milsna. Major decision for Milsna, put Stma up 50-0. 50-0 as the Knights now have, Luke Williamson Jr., 17-12 on the year. Orioles will have Vincent Tolino, also a junior. My program's telling me he's 3-0 on the year. My spreadsheet tells me he is taking a couple losses since they put that record on there. So Tolino and Williamson, 50-0 lead for the Knights. As they will be as they will be advancing to the super section matchup on Saturday here.
Snap the look.
1:20 left in the first, no score yet.
Again, Vic.
Knights made the state tournament every year dating back to 1999. 98, the last year they weren't in the state tournament. That streak has spanned 2 classes, AA and AAA. State titles in both classes in that time.
Wrestling high, Ben.
But with the super section coming up Saturday, the Wayzata Trojans and Waconia Wildcats both ranked, very strong squads. And it should be an exciting watch. Got 30 seconds left in the period here as both wrestlers are neutral.
Hummel here. Control where he steps.
So the Orioles have 4 ranked wrestlers. First 2 you've seen, Lundstrom and Schultz, both with losses. Hopefully Schultz's knee is okay. They'll have Meisner coming up in a few weights here, number 5th ranked wrestler at 95, and Jager Shack, number 2 heavyweight in the state.
Up hard, Ben. Up hard. Hard and fast, Ben. Up and out.
But for anybody who has or hasn't watched the Knights this year, their the first half of that lineup, nearly every wrestler ranked in the top 6. So they come at you very hard, very quickly.
Get out!
Don't let him grind on you. Get that hand back.
And control him out.
Put weight on that ankle.
Out!
Come on, Ben. Come on, bud.
Get out.
So good ride here to start the period for Williamson.
Up and out.
Work up.
Tolino's been able to base up, but hasn't found a way to score yet.
Come on, Ben.
Conversely, Williamson now wants to find a way to get some points on the board here.
On
17 and 12 on the year is Williamson.
Work up, Vincent. Come on.
Mainstay in that Knights lineup.
Ben, get that hand back. Let's go.
Stand up, get out of there. Come on. Stand up, get out of there. Come on,
Go,
Vinny.
Vincent. Come on, bud.
Score, point. Let's go.
40 seconds left in the second period. Williamson still riding.
Move.
Got a warning on Tolino for stalling. Not enough action in the ref's eyes there.
Come on, Vinny.
So Williamson's been able to get wrist control this whole period. If he can figure out a way here before next year to develop a cross wrist tilt, that could certainly come in handy for him. So we got 8 seconds left in the period. Coach is instructing Williamson to keep his opponent on the mat. That's time. So strong ride for Williamson that entire second period. He's going to go down. Tolino's going to be looking to do the same thing now. Tolino looking for a cradle here. So you see Williamson catch that top hand, just like he should do. Williamson, let's see if he can score here. Williamson wants to drive across now, switch to a double, just like that. And he does get the reversal. Minute 15 left in the third as Williamson leads 2-0.
You gotta get your head up, bud. Come on.
So Knights coaches want to see Williamson keep attacking here and find a way to score more points.
Nice parallel.
35 seconds left in the period. Williamson still leads 2-0.
Yeah, come on, Mike. There it is.
Let's go, Vinny.
Let's go, Ben. Yeah. Come on, Ben.
Stand up, get out.
He has to try to work something on top.
Come on, Vinny.
That's it.
Oh, push you out, Vinny. Get out.
Tolino looking for a new start here, and he gets it. So 12 seconds left in the period.
Let's go.
One more time for a last hurrah for Tolino here. Williamson, under no circumstances, wants to give up 2. An escape isn't the end of the world, but a reversal would be disastrous. And Tolino looking for the chin whip. Tolino gets the escape, but ultimately Williamson will get the takedown. Tolino had to try a Hail Mary there, and he did. Give him credit. Luke Williamson with the 6-1 victory. STMA finds itself in front 53-0. The Knights have Owen Veek at 182. Veek, a senior, state entrant last year. Aiden Wayne for the Orioles, 23-7 on the year. Veek, certainly a talented wrestler, and the Knights are expecting him to perform big things out of him in the postseason here. Looking for a whip over there, not able to get it on Wayne. Hits a nice inside trip. Veek looking for the fall on the edge of the mat here. He has that tight. He has 1:10 left to try to secure the fall here. Veek wants to get that left leg free. He's close. Wayne, through fighting this, has worked his way closer to the edge of the mat, so he's close to figuring a way out of this if he can get off. But Veek obviously knows where he is. He has good mat awareness, so he's working to keep Wayne on here. There's the fall. So Owen Veek is able to lock it up and get the fall. 1:26 of the first period. STMA leads 59-0. So very impressive performance through 182 for the Knights. Knights will have Marcus Mueller at 95. Junior gets the forfeit. So 65-0 lead for STMA as we get to 220 here. Orioles will have Jacob Meisner, ranked number 5 in the state at 195.
Number 5, Meisner for the Orioles, Ethan Yantis for the Knights. Yantis, Meisner.
Knights will counter with junior Ethan Yantis, 6-7 on the year.
Jake.
Meisner ranked 5th at 95. And he's able to secure the first takedown here, cuts Yantis right away. See Meisner moving those hands. Yantis has to be careful in this over-under here. Just want to do a better job of setting up that shot next time. Just kind of dove in there a little bit. But he's coming. But it's a 6-2 lead for Meisner. 1:10 left in the first, 6-3 lead. Meisner in control. He's a junior, ranked number 5 in 95. and is getting anything he wants right now at this point.
Turn it up a notch. Let's go.
Get down, body down, body down. Wait on that. Wait on that. Wait on that. Keep your wrist
30 seconds left in the period.
Do it again, Jake.
Meisner's been in control with this one. To the end of the first, 10-4 lead for Meisner.
After one period, Meisner leads 10-4.
Up and out.
Meisner will start on bottom. See if Yantes can get anything going on top here.
Turn him over, Jake.
You know, I watched Meisner's last match. He hit that ankle pick a couple of times too, so that looks to be a solid piece of offense for him as he hits it again.
Keep that pin.
You can see Meisner does a good job of getting his opponent moving and just snatching that ankle. He'll lead 15-6 here after the escape for Yantes. Same left ankle pick there. Halfway through period 2 here. Nice knee pull for Meisner there as he looks for the fall in the center of the mat here. And he gets it. So Jacob Meisner with the fall. 3 minutes, 11 seconds.
Let's go, Jagger.
That'll bring us to our final match here.
Here you go, Jake.
Number 2 ranked Jagger Shack, only loss on of the year, coming to number 1 ranked Gavin Layton.
Number 2 ranked Jagger Shack for the Orioles. Johnson.
Knights will counter with Titus Johnson. Johnson and Shack here. So all STMA in this one. Osseo getting the victory from Meisner at 220 there. Good looking dump for Shack there.
Get him, Jagger.
Shack working that Russian tie. Worked that Russian tie pretty effectively as well. Looks like his blast double works. And this is a tough spot for Johnson here, as Shack obviously has the weight advantage being a heavyweight. Johnson, a more traditional 220-pounder. Shack with the fall. 51 seconds into the first period. And that'll end it. So 65-12 STMA wins. They'll advance to Super Section play on Saturday, where they will reseed the top 4 teams from sections 5 and 6. So Wayzata wins 58-15. Thanks for listening, everybody. Been a pleasure to call the duel for you. See you Saturday.
Well, with that, I'm going to close out the evening here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Joe LaRose for calling the matches tonight. That was really awesome. Thanks, John Davis, for working the graphics and keeping the scores and the wrestlers all aligned for us here. And one last thing, if you didn't have a chance to watch the interview with Jesse Hackenmuller at the beginning of our duel, we started this live stream at about 5:30, and we just opened it up with a 20-minute interview with Jesse Hackenmuller. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, go back and watch that if you get some time. And we will not be streaming from this handle on Saturday, but we will provide our streaming handle on our Twitter and and Facebook and different other social media outlets. So hope you guys enjoyed the evening, and thank you for your support for our program. We look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. Okay, take care.